Alright, so I did a review comparison in depth of this Hiroia Jimmy versus the Acaia Lunar. Just wanted to do a little follow up. I found workflow wise when I'm switching between measuring coffee and flow rate so here's typically how I do it. So I add the 16 grams, 18 grams, whatever, into the cup, and then this one you gotta tap and hold, so that's annoying to switch because it takes a second. So reset there, but a lot of times it doesn't reset. So let's try that again. So yeah, it's on this. So I don't get it. So when in reality, usually it wouldn't reset. So that was part of the problem, because then it's another step. I gotta double tap this to tear it out. But let's say, so now we're in flow rate mode and we're ready to brew espresso. So let's say I'm gonna brew. Okay, so here it's, for some reason it went to 3, or it thinks because I touched it, I guess. So is it gonna auto tear again? I did set it to auto tear. It beeped. Alright, I think I confused it, so yeah, that's part of the problem. Then you gotta reset it, and then as soon as it starts detecting flow, or after the first little bit of flow, it should start the timer and also start weighing, obviously. The good thing about this, which I've said in the previous thing, is when it thinks the shot is done, it will continue weighing. It won't just freeze on a certain weight. It will flash that shot weight, but it won't stop telling you what the current weight is. So like, let's say it stops prematurely and they get a couple extra drips out of the Europiccola, you'll be able to count those extra drips as well. So it's very sensitive. Like just lifting the lever and tilt, like if it tilts, this one will jump all over. So that's one thing I didn't like, which may not be a negative, but it's just it's not as stable. Where this one, okay, this is also jumping if I lift the whole thing. So it does the same thing, but workflow wise, I thought this was less work because this is not on auto tear mode. So we're gonna one click to go back to 0 to tear. Then let's say we weigh the coffee. We've got our 16 grams. Now we're ready to brew. So here's what we do. Just hold on, I gotta think. So double tap. Yeah, so because it's opposite of this one. This one double tap and it turns it off, so it's hard to adjust between two of them. So yeah, you just double tap, which is quicker than tapping and holding to change modes, and it automatically resets to 0. So I think for most workflows that makes more sense, and I just accidentally pressed something. It didn't do anything. So yeah. So that one, it auto tears quicker too. I mentioned that in my other review. And it consistently just always resets. The downside is, if you pull a shot, it will kind of freeze on this, on the time. It will stop the timer, it'll stop the weighing, and then if it was premature, which it often is with like a really slow or inconsistent flowing shot, which is a lot of times what I'm doing, it won't continue counting. So then it will say like 25 grams and maybe I got 30 grams in the cup, but I won't know. Or sometimes it'll stop like right at the beginning when it's like 3 grams, because that's when it's flowing slow. So that's a little bit of a problem with this one, but otherwise I like the workflow better for like double tap. You can switch between different modes. This one you gotta tap and hold, takes a second, and then so let's say, so now it's resetting the weight for me. So let's say, that one. Boop. Yeah, you press the buttons accidentally when carrying them. Alright, so yeah, so it thinks I'm starting a shot because it detected some weight. But we can stop that, double click, reset, and now it should auto tear when I put a cup. It takes a second to auto tear, which may be a good thing because then it stops the false, false thing, like this one will, like what I mentioned this one does. So I think that's an extra safeguard where it makes sure the flow has stopped before it resets. I have had it, I think in the previous video I just did, for some reason it did stop prematurely, but it's very rare. Yeah, and it did actually give me the wrong weight. I'm pretty sure because it showed like 16 grams in the cup when usually it's like 26. So, so it does happen, but very rarely did this one end up, losing track of the weight. Like I think it auto teared on me mid-shot, which I don't know, that was a weird one. It wasn't even that slow flowing that time, so who knows. Maybe I touched it. I was recording a video, so but I didn't see exactly what happened, but I just heard it beep while pulling a shot, so that indicates that I pressed the button or it decided to auto tear for some reason. But yeah, so I like them both. I was hoping I could sell the Jimmy when I got this guy, but because of the size, it is good for pour overs, for like I could fit the clever dripper on there, or a big heavy ceramic thing. I think the weight capacity is the same on both of these anyway, but this has a little, like, I like the big rubber pad. The whole thing's padded. I think that's an extra thing that someone added on, the previous owner, on the Jimmy. I don't like how this doesn't, like, there's so much more of the scale that it could have went to cover. Because I noticed with the clever dripper, it kind of sits on the ledge of this silicone thing, and then it's not stable, and you don't want to spill your pour over because it's tippy. So yeah, this one's much better for pour overs and bigger cups or brewers. This one can handle the weight. It just feels like, I don't know, I feel like I'm crushing it. Maybe because it's so much smaller. But yeah, also, like, it's good for rinsing off. You can just, rinse this off easy, but not a big deal. I usually use paper towel and give it a wipe on the rubber, like a wet paper towel or damp, and then I follow it up with a dry one, and they're both easy to clean. I still have to do the same thing with this because, I got coffee splatter on the display part. So ease of cleaning is about the same. I had to stick my own sticker on the, like, my own feet on the Lunar. Oh, it's greasy on the bottom. Never wiped the bottom, so. And this one comes with its own feet, and it's got 3-sided padding, so it works with this attached or without. And this is the cool feature on the Jimmy that I don't think any other scales have. So it's magnetic. It has like a padded thing, so if you want to stick it on your espresso machine, it's not going to scratch. Which this isn't the best surface for that, but it is sticking. Yep, it's about to fall. So it's kind of a curved surface there. Yeah, so I like them both. I'm probably gonna keep them both. Yeah, like ideally, if I cared about workflow, speed, then I just keep one for weighing the coffee and one for brewing the espresso. But I have limited, even with only one grinder at the moment and one small espresso machine, still limited space, although I could get rid of some of these cups. They don't need to be out on the desk. So yeah, this is my stuff at the moment. I do have grinders in storage, so they're not gone yet. I'm not broke yet. Not too broke. If I was broke, I might sell one of these. So, but yeah, I like them.